Hi, thanks for coming to my channel today. My name is Mira and your favorite person on YouTube channel. So today I would like to talk about, this is my laptop here, so I'm going to be occasionally looking at it and to keep tracking myself over here, so to make it efficient for you and for myself. How I pay off debt as immigrant. How much? It is $162,000 estimated, and plus some change in it. And this is my debt-free journey, and so I'm going to talk about this. So let's go and kick it off. How much is the details for this $162,000, right? This is a big numbers. So number one is that I got the credit card debt about like 10,000. I used that credit card debt at the time a while ago. I used that for keep like floating. Keep going this and buying grocery, and I forgot I didn't pay it on time, and this kind of thing actually get me into debt. So I buy some clothes, I buy some food, this kind of thing generally, so I didn't go to nightclub or casino or stuff like that, right? And then second one is delivering baby, and I think if you're a mom, you probably know that delivering baby costs quite expensive in United States, at least that it's about over $30,000. So between medical bills, which is like doctor bills, physician bills, and specialist bill, and pharmacy bills, whatever, you have to all this sorted out. And then my car Buick, which is about $21,000, which is 2014 used car that I bought at that time, and which is still kicking. I really love it. And Navient, which is one of the student loans I got left at the time, was $12,000 from my undergraduate. And also graduate and undergraduate combined NELNet, which is now NELNet, at the time was Fed loan. It was $89,000, a little bit over $89,000. So all these things are combined over $162,000. So, through that, as you know, if some of you guys do not know, I was born in Burma, and I came here as an immigrant. I mean, student visa, and I became immigrant, refugee, sort of different labels that people call it. I'm a first-time immigrant here in United States, so I came here by myself. So all the story is just a lot of pain. But I'm not going into that today. I'm just gonna focus on numbers. So I'm sure you're watching this, you want to pay all your debt too. So I'm gonna help you on that. So through the college, I was working, and a lot of jobs, all the retail jobs, and anything, anywhere I can get my holes and my hands off, because as immigrant, and I didn't speak fluent super English, and so people didn't really want to hire and all the things. So I have to convince myself and convince people it was so that they can hire me, so I can actually get paid for it. So all these things, I was focusing on a job and trying to focus on the corporate world. So I did have a 401k and brokerage account, but I didn't know how to manage the money very well. So I think that's why I got into credit card debt. And then what happened is, like, I graduated from my MBA, and then the day that I graduated, getting my certificate or diploma, whatever, and I have my baby in my hands, so I picked up my diploma at the Webster University in St. Louis, Missouri. And at the time, I still did not super realize that I have a lot of student loans, you know what I'm saying? I was okay with that like everybody else, I didn't think about twice anything yet. I was just a happy-go-lucky girl, So one day I was hungry, right? After delivering the baby, I was hungry, and I wanted to go to Chinese Panda Express. If you're in the United States, you probably know, which is a chain restaurant. You can pick it up noodles and fried rice and all the stuff. So, as an easy way out on that night, I just wanted to do, after work, I wanted to go and pick up the food. So I happened to be looking at my cell phone, and I say, what is that? Checking account, I have a minus $119. And that's the day that I froze and I freak out, and that's the day that I start crying in the car. And I swallow my own saliva. Because I couldn't walk into that cheap Chinese grocery cheap Chinese restaurant. And that's the day that I went home, and that's the day that I fixed my life. And how I fix it? So I'm gonna tell you how I fix it, right? So number one, how I fix this was, so I go ahead and look at all my papers, and I say, what is going on with my life, right? I still have a credit card debt, right? I still have all the baby delivering costs, and a Buick, right? And I have a Navia, and apparently I have a fat loan. I was like freaking out, but freaking out doesn't help nothing, right? After I cry and let my brain, clear up a little bit, and I go and contact to my friends. Her name is Linda. I couldn't tell her last name, so let's say Linda. So I invited her to go to Panera, which is a bread company. I sit down with her and I explain to her all my debt, right? With bunch of with a piece of paper, like scrap papers. I say I have this card this much, this card that much, blah 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 blah. And she was looking at it and she said, "Well, have you heard of Dave Ramsey and Susan Osman?" But I say no, hear nobody, don't know anybody. But I didn't really get into it. Dave Ramsey, okay, great, cool. Susan Osman, right? I said, okay, cool. But I was like, nah, I'm just gonna focus how I'm gonna pay her. So I I put Dave Ramsey on the side for a minute, and then I go through all the numbers, and then go ahead and start doing what I did was number one was that I go and start paying off the credit card debt, which is for 2017. Credit card debt, and I also negotiated all the medical bills with the all the collectors, right? They start sending me collection. So I start crying, I negotiating, sometimes I smile, sometimes I cry, whatever it works for me on the phone. I'm like driving and I say, hello, can you like help me on this one? I am in trouble. Like, please help me out. And they're like, girl, I don't know how to help you, So I was just like come up with the story, like the true story, not fake story. And I negotiated, hey, if I pay off this amount, can you make it into half price, right? Or third price, whatever price that, I just say talk. And then they reduce it, this and that and this. And now I finally pay off I negotiate the medical bills into like half, from $30,000 to $15,000. Not at one time, I have to do it multiple places, like multiple financial offices, call to financial assistant company, everything, anywhere I can get a hold of. So that is taken care of. And then after that, I take a break, which means I start saving money. And I go and pay off the Buick, which is at the time it was like 11. I bought Buick on 2000 used car on 2019, November 19, and I pay off Buick the whole amount in 2021. 2021, I think December 21, I think. So then, and after that, I pay off Navien the $12,000, which I will put the screenshot here. I think it was like January 18, 2022, I think. So after I pay all these things, and then I know that I still have the Fed loan, right? $89,000, which is like huge. And suddenly there's a COVID happen. I think it was a blessing and, disguise, I guess. I'm not going to not be insensitive to anybody. I'm just saying as my own experience in my life, that's what happened. So when it happened, it froze, right? I think you all know that if you live in United States, it froze all the student loan into zero to interest. So one is I took advantage of it, and as I say, I save money. So I'll tell you how I do it at the end of it. But then I pay off the $89,000, and not into one check, a little bit here and there, right? So what I wanted to say is that if I can do it, you can do it too. As a person who came here without super knowledge about nothing in cultures, don't know anything about it, didn't know anything about what to navigate from 1 to 2 to 3 to 100, right? If I do it, you can do it. So I wanted to do Dave Ramsey like debt-free screening at Dave Ramsey, but I don't want to get into debt to able to do the debt-free screening. So I'm not going to drive over there. Plus also I still have a mortgage that I have to pay. And my husband also have a some business loan that he has to work on it himself, but I'm gonna help him, however I can. What I'm saying is that what is my strategy, right? How I do it is like extremely important. Those numbers are important, but what is really important is that how I did it and how a person can do it. So you can actually mimic it if you like it, if that works for you. So my background, right? I have a marketing degree and the business degree. I used to be working in the brokerage industry, importing, exporting, and like all the legal stuff. But it actually gave me a bunch of experiences that I needed to build my life. And because I got into debt and I get to survive, so I started learning how to negotiate with lots of people, like layers of people. And plus coming from Burma to myself to United States, I have to negotiate with lots of people too. So having that negotiation skill, so I'm going to tell you, number one, I didn't work any more extra hours. I didn't do any extra side job. I mean, I did do a little bit here and there, but it didn't really help. It did help a little bit, not because of that. I don't work 96 hours. I don't work 100 hours per week. I work like maybe 50, 60 hours. I think I would say 60 hours, but the thing is when I was working in the company, because I got salary, they didn't pay me anything extra, They just like, hey, you work more. Well, then guess what? You work more, So not that they're like, oh, thank you so much, Mira. Let me give you more bonuses. No, not like that. So maybe I should have tried better way, right? But I didn't do it. So not because of extra hours, I didn't change it. But what I changed the habit of spending. I totally changed how I spend my money, how my money and where my money go to. I totally changed it. Number 3 is that I created a system of money flow. Create a system of like money, how the money go, where the money go, and how the money coming in, right? I created a system. Number 4 is that I understand my worth and my experience that I built. I don't sell it short myself anymore. I don't say yes easily to people, and I don't say no easily to people. I think first, and I think again, and I go negotiate without fear. I negotiated assertively. I negotiated obviously, whatever it takes, I negotiate it. And next one is and as I say, I don't sell short myself, and you don't sell short yourself either. And next one is save anywhere, everywhere you can. I will save anywhere, everywhere I can. So I have made a bunch of videos that previous one before this. Go and check it out. That I will link here and there, this and that for you. And the last one is extremely important. You have to prioritize. You have to prioritize what is important, right? What is important? One of the reason I waited this long to get into pay off my last debt was that I was helping. Oh, I need to help these people. I need to help that people. Or my husband's student loan is much more important than me. I was telling myself into a place that I shouldn't even thinking about it from the beginning. So because of all that, now I know I just surprising and shocked that I still cannot believe that I pay off all my student loans debt. I mean, I never get into credit card debt again. I never get into car loan again. I never get into not delivery baby. But I'm just saying the student loan is the largest monster that I never thought that I could ever pay off. Excuse me, my cell phone. So I just want to say thank you so much, and come and hang out with me for these 15 minutes and your time. I hope that it works for you, and please go ahead and subscribe, because I'm trying to produce as much as I can. Think of it great things for you as for the debt freedom, financial freedom, or having that good life. You don't have to be poor. We deserve the great things. We just have to make it work. And then whatever sacrifice we need to take, just do it. To me, it's sacrifice me as long as you know what is this. It's gonna be worth it. For me, instead of eating steak twice a week, I might reduce it to steak once a month. You know what I'm saying? Because I like steaks. So what I'm saying, just trying to things that I will reduce it, things that I cannot reduce it. For example, I will eat salmon because it's healthy for me and for my family. So I'll make sure that I cook salmon once a week. There are things that I will reduce it. There are things that I will not negotiate it. So again, thanks again, and have a nice day. I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.